I believe when it comes to respect, there are levels to respect. Number one, the very basic level of respect is just respecting a person for just being a person. No matter what they do, no matter how they look, no matter where they come from or whatever, even if they wronged you, just respect the person for just being a human being. Because even animals should be respected. So why not respect human beings? The very basic way of showing a person respect is how you talk to them. The choice of words that you use and the tone that you use on them. Hi family, what's up? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, and if you're stumbling on this channel for the very first time, my name is Doris Bonitah and this is obviously my channel. You're very much welcome. Today we are going to talk about a few things that you need to know about yourself so that you can be able to make quality decisions, choose quality people and quality things. You know, a lot of times we hear people say that's the bare minimum. So you need to know actually what is your bare minimum first before you are able to gauge with what another person is offering you. Life is like a business project, so to say. Relationships the same, and lots of the relationships that we have shape the way we live, shape the way our lives go. And this is why when you read the book of Proverbs, it warns us about the company of people. It says that when you're in a company of fools, when something bad happens to them, it also happens to you. And the Bible also says don't follow the people who are leading you astray. So this means the way God made us, he made us to be interdependent. And this is why you can never say, I don't need anyone. The Bible again says that two are better than one. When one falls, the other one can hold their hands and lift them up. And I'm a beneficiary of that. My family, my friends, you know, the people that God put in my life, some random people. There are some people who come seasonally and there are some that are there for a very long time. I've had those people in my life who are actually not family, but above all, I'm so thankful that God gave me friendship in my own family. So I'm very grateful. So we are going to get into it, and I'm going to mention to you some of the important things that you need to know about yourself so that they will help you make a better decision or better choices, you know, for a better and quality life. If you're ready, like I'm ready, let's get to it. Now that you're ready, I'm gonna start with knowing your values. Do you have values? How do you know your values? Do you even know what values we are talking about? So you would hear, for instance, most of the time when they're giving marriage advice, they will tell you that you have to have the compromisable values and non-compromisable values. Or maybe you've had the Christian values or the Islam values. So Islam values and Christian values are usually almost the same. So you've probably heard about Christian values. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't quite sure. I knew there were some principles and values that I had, but I wasn't sure. So I had to go and Google to confirm if I was thinking right, you know, if those are truly values. And good for you, I did the work. And so today I'm just going to share with you what I found out. So how do you know your values? You find that there are some things you will notice in your interactions. There are some things when people are doing them, there's a way you feel. Either they annoy you if they break that boundary or something, or if someone does it, you feel good about it, like it is good. Money cannot be a value, by the way. So if all you come and all you want in a relationship, I'm not talking about just romantic relationship, I'm talking about friendship. Money is not a value, and that should be like one of the farthest things that you're looking for in a relationship. If that's all you're going to look for, then you're digging a ditch that you will enter yourself. Even the Bible says that those who love money, those who have the love of money, go into destruction. So money on its own is not bad, because for us to look this good, we need money. For us to live here on earth, we definitely need money. But when money becomes your obsession, and actually at the moment in the world that we live in right now, money is an idol, then it's gonna be your distraction. It's gonna be the end of you. And this is why you will find people are performing rituals, all kind of diabolic things just to get money. Some women are sleeping around with men they don't even know. All you want is to wear the designers and no one cares, and then you want to post and give people pressure. I mean, if you really know this, that no one really cares about you, like you are important, but you're not that important the way you see yourself, then it will remove this pressure on you. Everyone has stuff that is going on in their life, and yeah, they would just see it, they would admire and walk away. So if you have some celebrities you are following and they are, showing you guys, this is why you find people are dressed half naked or 3/4 naked, or some of them are even just naked. There's nothing that annoys like that. And these are the same women that will go on the streets and say, women should not be sexualized. So really make sure that you gauge what you do and what you say. Let them marry each other, let them align. Okay, so like I said, money is not a value, and money should be one of the least things that you're looking for in a relationship. Why? Because people sleep rich, wake up poor. It happens. We live here in the world. Even the Bible itself says there's an evil day, and when the evil day comes, if that's the only thing that kept you in a relationship, then you're going to have problems. So you need to know your values before you start knowing the values of other people. The reason why people end up finding themselves in the same toxic relationships. And the interesting thing is, we don't talk about friendships as much as we should, as much as we ought to, because friendships have such a great impact, even almost more than dating, because these very friends are the ones that will push you even to dating the person that you're not supposed to be with, or help you to not make the wrong choices. So you have to really look at your priorities. Why are you trying to be friends with this person? Is it because they are maybe the most famous people in school, or is it because they always look good? Is it because, you have to really look into it. And then that will help you, so that you will not allow people to just cross your boundary. When it gets to that place, if you do it, it is done. So I'm going to share mine, and I hope and pray that you will use my life as a case study to find out what your values are, and, help you make better decisions when it comes to relationships and stuff. I started asking myself, I was just contemplating on this relationship thing, and I was like, values, what are my values? And then I was asking myself, okay, just like I told you, there's some things that when a person does, it gets to me, it annoys me like a lot. And then there's some things that I really value. When in whatever interaction it is, whether it's a random person or a person I'm close with, if they keep these things that I'm going to say, then I feel safe, I feel good about it, and I feel like I can spend, maybe more time with this kind of people. So one of the things was honesty. Oh yeah, honesty. Honesty, I really value honesty. Like, however bad it looks, just tell me. Just tell me. I used to have this friend who used to say that she liked the Caucasian people because they were honest. Like, they would tell you like, hey, I'm actually, interested in you, but I'm also interested in another person, or I'm going out with you, but I'm also interested in another girl. And she would say that she felt like this was giving her a chance to decide for herself, like to choose if she wants to go ahead with that relationship, knowing that there's another woman in the picture, or if not. And like how, unfortunately, our brothers usually do. And this also, if you get to the roots of it, it's kind of like spiritual, it's deep things, it's very deep things that happen in us, but we're not getting into details about that. But yeah, she was just comparing, and she was like, yeah, like our brothers, they would make you feel like you're the only queen and all, and then later you find out that there's 7 of you and none of you knew. To some extent, this is true, but it doesn't mean it's all black men. It doesn't mean it's all African men or all black men. And at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's all Caucasian men who have this behavior. But I've also noticed, even in our interactions here, they have more integrity than most of us. Even those who are Christians, unfortunately, because of the traditions we grew up, especially my country, we grew up, just lying. And I'm so thankful to God for a relationship I was in. That's where I actually learned about honesty, because we had 100% honesty, and you had to say just as it is and give the other party a chance to decide. And this is why I'm saying there are some relationships that are very quality and are important that you need to know, so that you will also know how to guard this kind of relationships, because they are very rare in the times we live in. So I did notice that immediately a person doesn't keep their word, it really, really gets on my nerves. Do it once, okay, I'll be annoyed, but I'll be tolerant. The second time, the third time, man, like, it's just, I lose trust in you completely. And this is why actually the Bible tells us to not lie, because these are the consequences of not being truthful, dishonest. Some people think that truth is just telling people you are going to hell, you're a sinner and all. But no, it narrows down to you lying to your customers. Even this video, clickbait, you really don't know how these things are. Your daily life, you're just saying, I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes. When you're gonna show up, you know very well that you can't make it in 5 minutes. And these are the kind of lies that we have in our country, actually. And it's sad, because we need to actually check on that. I've said a couple of times on this channel that just because you found something going on, it doesn't mean you have to continue it, especially if it is not good for humanity. So honesty, for me, it is a non-negotiable. Respect. I came to learn again what respect means. Of course, respect means different things to different people. For me, if I'm saying something and you're not listening or trying to make the effort of getting what I'm saying, I feel like you're disrespecting me. Of course, the choice of word and the tone you use on me determines. And this is why I personally, so these things I'm saying, I also exercise it on people, because I know how important they are to me. If I'm saying something and I can tell, I notice you're not paying attention, or you're not interested in listening, you just want to argue, I just shut off. I literally shut down, and you will not hear me again. Don't shout at me. For me, that is very disrespectful. I find that very disrespectful. And the question is, I always ask myself, would you do that to a person you would consider, you know, important? Or like, for instance, your boss at work, would you shout at them? So it means it's the way you've seen a person. You actually treat people the way you have seen them, the class that you have placed them. And I believe when it comes to respect, there are levels to respect. Number one, the very basic level of respect is just respecting a person for just being a person. No matter what they do, no matter how they look, no matter where they come from or whatever, even if they wronged you, just respect the person for just being a human being. Because even animals should be respected. So why not respect human beings? And then there's the second level, which comes with the things that a person does, things that a person has done to you. Yeah, this is now the earned respect. And then now it comes with the position, like some level of reverence, so to say, the way you see a person. But every human being must be respected. That is a non-negotiable. And you have to have that mind. That means the very basic way of showing a person respect is how you talk to them. The choice of words that you use and the tone that you use on them. That is the very basic level of showing respect. Number 3 for me would be faith. My faith. My faith is very important. Well, I really don't care that much if a person tells me that, Christianity is fake, Jesus is fake, Jesus is not real. Those things don't get to me. But now for me, when it comes to me, especially for a person that I know they are part of the faith and you're not doing what is expected of you, of course I'll be tolerant with you, I'll show you grace. But when it comes to you now stepping on me, there are some things you're just not allowed to say, because these things are very personal to me. For instance, God has given me an assignment, or God has given you an assignment, and then you just don't care about it. That really gets to me, because it means you don't see it as a privilege that God has shown you mercy. God has loved you enough to trust you with his burdens. It is a privilege to serve God. It is a privilege to serve him. Why? Because he has angels. He has so many options. He doesn't have to use you. In fact, Jesus himself said that if we don't worship, he will cause the rocks to cry out to worship him. So God has options and he has people. So that he has trusted me with a certain assignment, or he has trusted you with a certain assignment, it means you have found favor in his eyes and that he has shown you mercy. It is his mercy. So you need to handle it like a great privilege that you have. And for real, if I hear a person just willing to throw that away or handle God's business carelessly, like, look, I really don't care how I love you. I don't care how it's like something in me it is that difficult that I can't put it in words. But yes, it is, I take that very personal, and I consider it very disrespectful to God, dishonoring God. And so for me, my faith is important in that manner. You can do another thing, but don't try to mess with my assignment with God, or don't try to mess up with the kingdom come plan, with the plans of the kingdom of God. Like, there is a holy anger that arises in me that I would just start crying. And I know this because it has happened a couple of times. just being willing to be replaced by God. You just say you want to be replaced by God. That is like that. I can't deal. I will not cut you off, of course, but I will love you from afar. I would just know this is not about, like, we are not like-minded. So for me, that is very, very important for me. I have no problem with Muslims or Indians or whoever, you know, the other people who don't believe in the same God that I am. Just let's not cross each other's path, okay? Like, let's deal with each other with respect as two human beings. Then I'll be fine with that. We will be fine with that. Kindness. Oh my God. Kindness. Just be kind to others. Like, it really, it's just, it is, for me, it is kind of common sense. Yeah. Like, just like Jesus said, treat others as you would have them treat you. Not treat them as they treat you, but treat them as you would have them treat you. So kindness, for me, it is very important. And these are just like things that I can't live without. It is who I am, and it is the expectation I have from the people who are close to me, or the people who are coming into my life. They should have these things as a priority, not just as, you know, random stuff and all. And that's just a few of the things I believe those are my main ones. I think all of them just sums up to integrity. Oh yeah, I forgot something that is very important. That should probably be even the second one. It should probably come after honesty. It should come either after honesty or after respect. But anyway, all these things sum up anyway to just like, it is a sign of respect for me as well. Be a person of integrity on your mistakes. Be a person who is accountable. Like, that is just one of the values that I value so much. And I try as much as I can also to be accountable. Be accountable. If you messed up, say, I messed up, I am sorry. There's this stupid narrative that is going on in our society right now that women don't apologize. You know, they will wrong you, but they don't apologize. A woman is always right. That is foolishness. Especially, I don't expect that among Christian women. In fact, not even just Christian women, but even Christian men, because men are also encouraging these things. This is foolishness. Foolishness of the highest order. Before you are a woman or a man, you are a human being. All human beings make mistakes, and we have to make peace with that. So after you've made that mistake, what is the way forward? The first thing is to acknowledge that you've made a mistake. And the second thing is to apologize to whoever you need to apologize to. The third thing is to look at, okay, how can I make it right? That is the right way to do things. That is the right way to do things. And a lot of people be quoting, you know, do not conform to the systems of the world. Well, I'm just telling you right now that that is actually a system of the world kind of mindset. So if you're Christian and you have that kind of mindset, you need to scrap it off and take it up like your Father in heaven. Do it the way God did it. Do it the way God would want you to do it. And in fact, this is why for you to receive salvation, you first have to acknowledge that you need a savior. Otherwise, there's no salvation for you. You don't just acknowledge it in your heart and leave it like that. You have to say it. Oh my goodness, I need a savior. I am a sinner, and I acknowledge that someone paid that sin for me. So I receive his help. I receive his help. I receive this salvation. And then you say it with your mouth. Yes, that is the step. That is it. There is no other way. So be accountable, whether male or female, I don't care. As long as you're a human being, you have to take responsibility for your actions. If God stooped low to our level to come and take responsibility of the sins that he had nothing to do with, our own sin, the sin that was not even his, he came and he died on the cross for it, and was buried and resurrected for us to be able to stand before God, for us to be able to call God as our Father. Who are you not to do that? That is pride. And it's literally the type of pride that Proverbs say, pride comes before destruction. That is it. So any responsible human being, be responsible. Any responsible human being is accountable. That is, if you have a family, for instance, there's one thing that my brother did, a very stupid thing that he did, and he got he got some word for that. So he found a job and he didn't give details. So we are now asking, and then we have to ask. I mean, we are almost all of us are abroad. I mean, they are still in Kenya. And we're asking the sister that is with them, and she really doesn't know. I mean, she's the oldest in the house right now. That is expected. Of course, she also had a part to play there, but it is his responsibility to say where he went and why he's going, and give the necessary details. It is just common sense, because it's actually for his safety. And I was just telling him it is a responsible thing to do. If you are living under the roof of someone, no matter how old you are, as long as you're living with someone, it is a sign of respect and responsibility to just tell a person where you are going and how long it might take you. If you don't know, say you don't know how long you're gonna need, but you're going to this place just in case anything happen, because things happen in this life. Every day we walk in hope and believe that God will protect us and help us throughout the day, but things happen, and so people need to know where you are. I see sometimes people are even in romantic relationship and the other partner doesn't know where the other one is, and they call that freedom. I just laugh. Anyway, I won't say more than that. I wish you a wonderful time, and see you on Friday. Bye.